Earth, that would be devastating. So much energy could be dumped into the system, it can just melt the cables, blow out all the kind of transistors, it can knock out our electrical system, and if you get hit by a big enough one, it could cause a kind of global blackout.
I think we probably need to work on having better ways to react to them, but there really isn't a great prediction. Solar flares aren't predictable. You don't know how strong they're going to be each time, and you don't know what direction they're going to come out of the sun at. And so all of that makes it nearly impossible to give really good lead time forecasts.
Solar flares can certainly wreak havoc. But are they also responsible for some of the most beautiful light shows on Earth? The breathtaking bands of light, called auroras, are caused by solar flares. As solar flares interact with the Earth's atmosphere, gases are ionized, producing the incredible array of colors.
Different gases will produce a different color. So oxygen produces like a greenish yellow or a red light, whereas nitrogen in the atmosphere can produce a blue light. And depending on what gas is there, we see this beautiful rainbow effect. And it's kind of like the shimmering of a curtain as that energy from the sun interacts with the ionosphere in the atmosphere.
"886 million miles from the sun. These stunning images of a hurricane on Saturn were captured by NASA's Cassini spacecraft.
In this footage, you can see a hurricane at the pole of the planet. Yeah, this is a gorgeous image. You know, this cool swirl in the way it's like color enhanced. And what you see in that photo is the clouds are color coded by the height. Scientists are still trying to work out how exactly it's happening on Earth. Hurricanes occur over bodies of water. As far as we know, there aren't any bodies of water on Saturn.
Scientists may not yet know how hurricanes on Saturn are formed, but they do understand just how massive they can be.
Pick a hurricane, put it on the screen, and put it right next to this one. For me, perspective-wise, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, it looks like about the size of Katrina. And then you see that 2 Earths can fit in this, and you're like, oh, just kidding.
The hurricane on Saturn has speeds of about 300 miles per hour. One of the fastest hurricanes here on Earth is about 160. If we had a hurricane on Earth with wind speeds like that, over 300 miles an hour, we're talking about 100 miles of coastline with every building just blown flat to the ground, like basically like a nuke was dropped.
Coming up, a volcano creates a chain reaction of chaos.
There's so many natural disasters that are going on in that shot, it's almost hard to name them all.
And clouds that will simply blow you away.
No, es Pili, ese es Pili.
The Ram Heavy Duty with a 6.7-liter Cummins turbo diesel engine. It's best-in-class towing and best-in-class torque. So what does that mean? It means it's also best in boating, best in blizzards, best on the clock and off. Because the best never rest.
Now get up to $5,000 total cash allowance on 2016 Ram 2500 trucks.
Looking for driving Ram trucks than ever before. Guts Glory Ram. I'm a migrant.
Minor damage, major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature.
Be braced for change.
Astronauts out to Pierce Cellars on the next 23.5 degrees. Next Tuesday at 11.
The world of clouds is not just a from powerful storms to alien-like formations, there are more to clouds than what meets the eye. In 2013, photographer Mike Oblinsky captured incredible incredible footage of an enormous supercell storm near Booker, Texas.
This is one of my favorite videos that I've ever seen. You want to study a supercell. This is the video to do it on.
So what you're seeing here is a classic representation of a supercell. You get this shelf cloud, that kind of lowered part, the rotating part that looks like the spaceship. On top of that, you have this great long anvil, this huge amount of cloud that had reached the top of where it wasn't buoyant anymore and couldn't rise anymore.
A supercell is the most extreme of all thunderstorms, marked by a sustained rotating updraft and likely to produce extreme weather.
A supercell is capable of producing a tornado. It's capable of producing hail. It's capable of producing a microburst, which would be a situation where you have these outgoing winds that could be 100 miles an hour and cause significant damage. A supercell is kind of the most extreme of the thunderstorms.
One of the things that makes these pictures so unique is it's time-lapsed, and I think that's why so many people got so excited about these, because you get to really see the structure growing and building and the light changing and it coming over you.
You feel this whole thing spiraling, and you understand why weather is so amazing and so exciting and so dynamic. You see all of that happen right in front of you.
There are out-of-this-world clouds that invade from above, and then there are those that creep up from below. A rare sight captured on camera. Mother Nature using one of the world's great geological wonders as a canvas to display her beauty.
This is something that doesn't happen every day. You catch that, it's like lightning in a bottle. And an incredible sight.
It's basically an inversion fog, like your house, where you have your basement is always the coldest room, while the attic is always the warmest.
The canyon's a little colder, and you get a little moisture in there, and then that moisture condenses and forms the cloud or the fog.
Fog is basically just a stratus cloud on the ground. So if you've ever wondered what it's like to be inside a cloud, just go outside and fog.
If you have fog rolling in like this, your visibility is zero. And since you're like on a cliff, essentially, I would suggest you stay put until the fog lifts out, because one wrong step and that is it. I mean, this literally is blinding.
By mid-afternoon, the sun did indeed burn off the fog, disappearing.